Welcome everyone, I'm Frank Salon from Dramatic Australia, and I have with me the beautiful Naomi from Human Nurture and Be the Business, the elite, so I'll get it right, Be the elite business beauty therapist. So let's just assume that you are doing things, and now you've got your salon, or you're working in a salon. What's the next step, more on a business side of things? Where do you go from this point?
Great. So what really has to happen is the whole of the business team, if you work in a small team or big team or just a solo entrepreneur, you really have to understand the importance of each step of the way. When a client walks into the business, they're subconsciously always making a decision whether this is for me or whether I should come back or do I buy from this person.
Right.
And it's a 5-step sequence that makes up the whole system of the highest point.
Okay, I've heard you talk about the high point. I'd love to hear what that is.
Yeah, so this will really help everyone watching this today. So what I've observed, 15 years ago I realised, and this is so relative today, when a client walks in, it's actually a very low point.
Yes.
They're dealing with their day, they're walking into a place, they might be current or a new client, they still have to unload what's happened prior, opening up that business door and let go of it and be in a new environment and meet a therapist. So that's quite a low point. So the therapist comes in to meet and greet the client. Hopefully that goes very well. That's the intention. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yes.
So that's sort of the low point is either it's slightly grading, it's going up a little, and if the therapist is able to meet the low point and make it slightly higher, that goes really well. Then you sit into a consultation, a bit like, we're sitting here, we're just having a chat. So hopefully this goes up to a high point now. So when a client gets heard and you give them your full attention, and this is where the therapist I call asking and sharing. So the therapist needs to talk less and listen more and just ask some pointed questions. What's happening, what brings you in today, if they're a new client, what you like, what you don't like, any concerns. All of these sorts of things happen in this high point, and the client loves it because they get heard. And then in your mind as a therapist, you need to be taking on all this information very consciously to then, at that point, take them into the treatment room, and that becomes another low point because the client has to disconnect their phone, turn it off or put it on silent, get undressed. It's all very subtle, but it is a slight drop. I've observed that. The clients get a bit like, oh, how long is she going to be? I'm waiting. Do I like the music? What's the atmosphere like in the room? All of these things, there is a bit of a low point there. So you can sort of see a sequence. And then the client gets onto the bed, the therapist comes in, and this is what I call the 4th stage of the sequence. It's gathering. So we're gathering a lot of information here. We're cleansing, and this is where the therapist really needs to be asking some quite pointed questions, whether they're a current client or a new client, how they're going with their skincare routine, are they cleansing morning and night, just some very, we're all very familiar with these sorts of questions. But this is the point where when you're gathering, that you can make use of all the information they've said at the consultation at the high point at the beginning, and then make use of this time when you're gathering. So you need to be merging the information at the front to now. So that will take you to the highest point, and the highest point I call the agreement point. So this is really important. So once you're at the gathering point, you need to say to your client, I'm going to observe your skin, diagnose your skin, colour, texture, secretion will be noticed, and at this point what I would like to do is suggest a home care program or even a program for the next 3 months. Or there might be something I need to just slightly change for you. It might be a lifestyle change, whether it's increasing water, different foods, different dietary changes, sleep patterns, whatever it might be. That needs to be said there, and then you need to continue to say...
This is, when you say there...
The gathering point.
The gathering point, so you've already started the treatment.
So we're cleansing.
At the beginning of the treatment.
So you've finished the cleanse, you might be looking through the Maggie lamp at their skin, and this is the point where it's so important to get this stage very accurate. Because if, for example, on the weekend I was looking at a girl's skin and she needed to use Octo. Now, at that point, if I didn't say it, and I said it right at the end, I would have lost her. So here I can see that your lip are dry, you've got sensitivity, you're very compacted. I really need you to start using Octo to break down the congestion.
So Octo is a cream that helps to
break down blackheads and decongest the skin. So from here, this is very critical to say this is what you need to be doing for your home care program. So there's no surprises at the end.
Oh, I like that.
And this is where you can start selling with integrity and authenticity, and that's very important, that the client never feels sold to. So you say here in the cleansing stage and in the diagnosis stage, this is what you need to be doing for your home care program. And you're getting an agreement here. You're actually getting the client to say, oh yes, I can do that, or you're asking, is that possible? Could you do another mask during the week? You really need to be coming in more regularly than you are. Is that possible? So you start building that rapport there and how they react and interact with you. Now if they sort of feel a bit strange or there's something not right there, you need to then take control and say, oh, what would be better for you, or how can we change this so this can work for you? So there's again no surprises at the end. So that's really great. So once you come to, you know, this is a small agreement point at the gathering point, you then need to say, after this point, I'm going to let you relax, enjoy your treatment, there'll be no more talking, and there's actually a relief. You feel the client go, oh great, because you don't want to. You want them to really enjoy this experience.
Of course.
So then imagine the treatment's over. You're taking off their headband. You might be saying just take a deep breath to come back, whatever it might be, however you close your treatment. And then once you get a sense that they're in a space where they can respond to you, how are you feeling? And you always give a compliment back because the skin's going to always look amazing. Always do that. And how do you feel if I'm just going to leave the treatment room now, I'll just start making your home care program, I'll just be writing out any alterations to what you're currently doing, and I'll meet you at the front. And generally clients are fine because they know it's coming. It's not like it's an issue. And that's where it's seamless and there's no disconnect when the client comes out because they know what's happening. It's not like suddenly you're going to land 3 or 4 products or you know, a 3-month program on them when they've got no idea, because it's happened right at the beginning in the gathering point. So the 4th stage. Client enters, I'll go over it again. Client enters, it's a low point. High point rises when you do a small consultation sitting with them. Why you here, what's happening. Low point in treatment room. 4th stage is gathering the information through the cleanse and diagnosis. The highest point happens right at the end when that client feels so transformed, so relaxed. They trust you because you've allowed them to relax. They're the most receptive to receive your information. They want to know more and they want to do more because you've made them feel so amazing. And this is really, really important.
I was going to say, I know this works because, as you may know, I supply you with the beauty products, and you've purchased over $100,000 of products in a year. So, and you have like a small salon. There's only two therapists, so it's not like a massive salon where there's 6 or 7 therapists. So it's definitely something that works, a strategy, and your clients keep coming back because they feel they trust you. Their skin's more beautiful. They feel that they can recommend you as well. So it's a sort of a snowball effect.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want my clients to be sold to, and this is seamless, and that's the thing. If you are in a small business or a big business, what needs to happen is you need your manager or whoever leads the team on board, because this really does work. It sounds easy when I say it, and it actually is. But just practice it. Like if I was with you, Frank, I would just say it out loud, and then go and practice it, role play it, and then go onto the floor, go into your clinic, and just start practicing it. Just trial it. It's incredible. It's hugely successful, and I've just done this over and over and over with my girls, and they do it easily, and they don't feel shy about it.
Well, Naomi, thank you very much for that insight. That's really kind of you to share all that. I know that we'll have you coming again, and we'll pick your brain, and we'll pick on something else that's really important to become an elite business beauty therapist.
Oh,
I look forward to it.
Anytime, Frank. Thank you.